I had to
Can't
find
find
you.
you.
Oh, now, Billy Vera, don't you
Billy
lose
Vera,
our
don't lose our number.
That's funny, Suka. We're just talking about Pia Toscano and Shalala, and our crack vice president of booking on the West Coast, Sharon Olson.
Sharon Olson.
Just told me that Pia Toscano is offered for November 22nd. We're going to do one show next week, Tuesday night before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So Pia Toscano might be on with us then, and she might not. We will see.
I love it.
But Suk, let me just ask you one quick question before we get started.
What, handsome?
What did you think I would do at this moment?
Love that
when
song.
you stand here before me, tears in your eyes.
Okay, can you stop?
I fall down on my knees.
That's
Suki.
right.
Do I not kiss the ground that you walk on, baby? I could just hold you again.
Those are words to a woman's ears, you know. Kiss the ground that I walked on. All right. We
are gonna get the story behind that song. Its rise to fame. Billy Vera's coming on. He doesn't have the Beaters with him this time, but everybody's out. He's still doing it. He's making new music. He's got a new single, the new version of "Stand By Me" out with Larry Chance that he's doing. Billy Vera, an absolute legend. He's a Grammy winner. He's got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Suk. And listen, it doesn't get more legend. Not only that, he used to date Angie Dickinson, Suk.
Wasn't that one of your favorites, Angie Dickinson?
I loved Angie Dickinson. My goodness, I got to ask him about that. And he just has had such a legendary career. And of course, the song at this moment, "Shot to Fame," you know, he had it written
in your favorite movie,
long before Family Ties. And once it was on Family Ties, it shot to #1. He was also in Blind Date, one of my favorite movies with Bruce Willis and Kim Basinger. Remember?
Okay.
Whatever you do, don't get her drunk. That's all they told him. Don't let her drink. And he let her drink. And it was the worst night of Bruce Willis's life. So listen, we got a great show today. Coming up after Billy, we got the, you know, Stuckey's, right? Stuckey's is a legendary, there you go, little Stuckey's pecan. Suk, I've been eating Stuckey's pecans for like a week now.
This upside down. Okay, there you go.
The CEO of Stuckey's, Stephanie Stuckey, is coming up. She has rebuilt the entire company. Also, it is the triumphant return of one Philip J.G.K. Paz later on in the program. So if everybody's ready, everybody's loading up, and we are ready to roll. You ready to roll, Suk? Billy Vera is here. He's in the green room, and I can't wait to talk to him. It's going to be fantastic. You want to go? Should we just go?
Let's do it.
There we go, baby. Let's light it up.
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling.
It's musical. It's magical.
Suki and Scott, that's 7 of hearts.
Woo!
Exactly.
This is a sexy show.
Someone's getting some action.
Now, these larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
I answered you because I have respect for you guys, and it was a question respectfully put.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor.
You like De Niro and Cape Fear. Counselor!
Entertainment.
Jesse's girl!
Wonderful.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
And optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Ultraviolet light, it gets in there and it just fights the kung flu, is that right? Okay.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
That's the best intro for a show I maybe have ever seen.
Really?
Your intro is fantastic.
If you'd stay, I'd subtract 20 years from my life. I'd fall down on my knees, Suki, baby.
They don't make love songs like that anymore, you know?
The ground that you walk on, baby. Suk, I am so excited. Billy Vera is here. Legendary songwriter. Wait till you hear how many songs other big artists have recorded of his.
Yes.
I mean, unbelievable. The guy has been doing it for a long time, since the 60s. Just a fantastic story. Of course, Family Ties made the song big. Not only that, he did the theme song for King of Queens. What else? Empty Nest. Remember Empty Nest? That's that sitcom.
Oh yeah.
He did the theme song for that one. And
I've been loving you too long.
Yep. And voiceover guy, actor. I mean, he's literally done it all, Suk. And Billy Vera, usually you say, and the Beaters after that. But, you talk about the people we've had on the show. We always say the soundtracks of our childhoods, right? And that song was really, and Billy Vera and the Beaters, him being on Carson all the time, New Year's Eve, the whole deal. He's one of the guys who was the soundtracks of our childhoods.
I know. Singer, songwriter, author now, actor.
Yes.
He's also a music historian. So we have a lot of conversations that we can get into. And I think we should bring him into the show so we could just talk about Billy.
So you don't want to
Billy? Bring on Billy.
All right, Suk. Well, listen, obviously I got to play a little of the tune before we bring Billy in. So here's a little Billy Vera and the Beaters, and then we bring him in on the other side.
Do you think I would give up this moment? If you'd stay, I'd subtract 20 years from my life. I'd fall down on my knees, kiss the ground that you walk on. If I could just hold you again.
Kiss the ground that you walk on, baby. Billy V in the place to be.
Hey, y'all. What's going on?
Billy, how are you, bud?
That made my heart hurt.
What?
I saw that video because the fella that played that sax solo, he passed away, Jerry Peterson, from COVID.
Yes. And I heard you, speaking of Jerry, I heard you on another interview talking about how he escaped from the hospital running down the street, right, with his butt hanging out of the gown and people chasing him.
That's he was a real showman. That was a good way to go. Wait, I got one gripe with you, Scott.
What?
Yeah, man. You got to pronounce my name right, man. It rhymes with Yogi Berra.
Oh, Billy Vera.
Or Geraldo Rivera. Yeah.
Oh, I always thought it was Billy Vera and the Beaters.
Well, you would use the word Vera if it's a woman's name.
Right. Or a Pink Floyd song. So it's Billy Vera.
Billy Vera and the Beatles. Rhymes with Yogi Berra. That's all you got to remember.
Okay. All right. I got you. Wow. Look at that. For 30 years.
That hurts my ears, man, when I hear that.
Billy, I'm sorry. I've been saying that wrong for 30 years now.
Well, see, you're never too old to learn something, are you, brother?
That's true.
Billy, you yourself, your family, I mean, your dad was an NBC announcer. Your mom was a singer for Ray Charles. I mean, talk about music history right there in your DNA.
Yeah. We all earned our living with our voices.
Wow.
Yeah. By the way, they put your mom and dad into a funnel, came out with you, and you do a little of all of that, right? Because you're a voiceover guy too.
Yeah, when I first went into voiceover, which was a total accident, I was doing a radio show playing, R&B oldies at the time. And I was married to an expensive wife. And so I was a little hard up for money. And so one day there was a note in my mailbox at the station, and it said, he's got an interesting voice. You believe him when he talks. Would he be interested in doing voiceovers? And I said, yeah, man. And so I did, and I asked my dad for advice. He had been with NBC for 30 years. He said, show up early, work quickly, have no opinions, and don't give anybody any crap.
That's it, man. That's what I tell everybody.
That's the news business.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
That's the news business. That's even, working at WWE. I tell Suki all the time, you just got to show up, do your job, get it done in 1 or 2 takes, and get out.
That's right, man.
Was your dad like the iconic when we see the old school NBC? Is that your dad's voice?
Well, there were 17 of them.
Oh, okay.
And he was on the board, local board of AFTRA.
Oh.
And so he helped negotiate a lifetime contract for the staff announcers.
Wow.
And it was a good thing he did, because when tape came in, they didn't need 17 guys on call all the time, but these guys, the NBC was stuck with them until retirement age.
Right. And those guys would do their voiceovers and announcing live at the time.
Yeah.
So you got one shot to do it live or you were finished.
And everything had to be on the second. He was the kind of guy, if I asked him, hey, Pop, what time is it? He said, oh, it's about 13 and a half after. I mean, he had to be exacting,
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. So, Billy,
when I
how
was
you
a little
doing,
boy, I went down to the studio with him a couple of times, and he'd be in this little tiny room, with the microphone, and a guy would bring in a stack of scripts, and he'd have to read them in order, And now the NBC Nightly News.
Wow.
One of those guys.
That is so great.
And he did the quiz shows too, Tic-Tac-Toe and
whoa,
whatever, bunch of them for Jack Barry. Well, Jack, our next contestant's a housewife from New Jersey.
Billy, that's what I always wanted. I always wanted to be Rod Rowdy on on Price is Right, right?
You were born too late.
Too late, I know. God, I used to love that stuff. Well, Bob, here's what you want. I always wanted to be that guy. But listen, let's work backwards, right? So you and Larry Chance, you guys have a new song out right now. Not a new take on an old song, "Stand By Me," that you guys have out now. And what was it about that tune that you decided to focus in on that and redo it in a different way in your style?
Well, here's the story. Last June, I got a job to perform at my old high school in White Plains.
Oh, wow.
New York?
Archbishop Stepanak High School in White Plains.
You're a Stepanak grad?
I am. The class of 62.
Wow. Stepanak is right around the corner from me. Okay.
Yeah. So, they got that beautiful theater, as you probably know if you've been there. And, some pretty cool people came out of Stepanak. Alan Alda, John Voight, and John's brother, Chip Taylor, the songwriter that wrote Wild Thing and Angel of the Morning, who taught me, was my songwriting mentor. Anyway, I went up there and did a show, and about a month before, the promoter had me do an interview with some lame disc jockey who was going to be the MC. And I said to myself, my God, I can't have this guy introduce me. Maybe Larry will do it. And Larry and I have been friends since 1962.
Right.
And so Larry said, sure, I'll be happy to. So he introduced me, gave me this beautiful flowery introduction. And at the end of the show, I bring him out and we do an impromptu version of Stand By Me. Got a standing ovation.
Nice.
Standing ovation. So a couple of days after I got back to LA, he calls me up. He says, I had a track I cut a while back on Stand By Me. I said, Larry, the world don't need another, copy of Benny King's wonderful record. He said, no, listen to the track. So he sent it out to me. I said, blew me away. Sounded like Count Basie. I said, so I put my voice on it. Larry put it out. And now we're getting airplay all over the country, man. All the jazz stations are playing it.
I love it.
It's everywhere, man. Here we are. I'm 78. He's 82. And we're a couple of old geezers, man. We're going to have a hit record.
Unbelievable. And Larry, Billy, how are you doing that song a cappella with no music?
He sent me the track. I took it to my sax player's apartment. He put it in the computer. He played it back. I listened to it on earphones, sang it into the microphone, and that was it, man.
I love it. Can you
I gave him 4 takes. I said, choose what you like.
That's it.
It's your record, brother. You take what you want of me and put it out. And we're getting a lot of not just airplay, man. We're getting press. We're getting all kinds of stuff.
It sounds amazing. Any chance you could do like 20 seconds, little a cappella for us?
Well, it's just if I do it a cappella, it's just going to sound like any other record.
I just need you. I just need your voice.
When the night has come, whoa, and this land is dark, and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me.
Nice.
Love it. Yeah. Thank you.
I love it, Billy. Let's talk at this moment, right? Because you write the song, you record the song, and it's teetering around for a little bit. And as the story goes, you get a call from the producers of Family Ties. Tell us the rest.
Yeah, the record had been out in '81, and it had gone up to number 79, and then the promotion man had a fight with the president of the company and quit. So we had nobody to promote the record. So 5 years later, I get this phone call from Michael Whitehorn. He said, we saw you at the club the other night. We heard you do a song that might fit with a episode we have coming up. So we did it, and there they are. That's Tracy and Michael right there.
Yeah.
And they fell in love in real life. Of course, they're still married.
Yeah.
And I got a bag of mail from NBC, and I'd had songs on TV shows before, but I never got mail. So I said, maybe this song has something. So I called whatever record companies would get on the phone with me, and nobody was interested. And finally, I'm having a lunch with my friend Richard Foos, who owned a record company called Rhino Records. And we have these periodic lunches where we argue. We have mock arguments over things like whose version of Mustang Sally is the best, stuff like that. And I said, Richard, they played this. I'm getting mail from this TV show for this song of mine. How many records do you need to sell to break even? He said a couple of thousand. I said, I'll guarantee you 2,000. I could sell them at the club if I have to, So they put it out. By the time they got it out, we missed the reruns. But then the following season, they used it again. And this time, the story of the song, Boy Loses Girl, is the same as the story of the episode, Boy Loses Girl. And this time, America went nuts. And without promotion of any kind, people are calling radio stations, record stores, and it was that rarity in show business, a grassroots organic hit, and went to number one.
Crazy.
Yeah. Became standard too.
Yeah.
Billy Vera, not Vera Suki. Don't say Vera, it's Vera.
Oh, look who's talking.
Yeah, you hurt my ears, man.
You know what it is, Billy? It's the beaters that it gives you the Vera with the beaters. So you try it kind of sounds like a rhyme.
Yeah, sure. I remember when Dionne Warwick first came out, and everybody mispronounced that poor girl's name. And now here's Diane Warwick.
What do you think when you're falling in love? I love Dionne Warwick. My God.
And a lot cousin of my old singing partner, Judy Clay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You had, that was one of your first people you worked with, right? One of the duets that you used to do.
Yeah, that was my first chart record I was ever on. Yeah, Storybook Children. Yeah.
And you won, and didn't you win? You won an award with Judy, didn't you?
No, we played the Apollo Theater.
Okay.
That was a big story about that one. They were kind of surprised to see me up on that stage.
Yeah. I love it. And Billy, when you look at your history, right, with the Beaters as well, Johnny Carson was a huge fan of you guys.
Yeah, he had me on there 9 times, man.
Had you on the show 9 times, and you guys, you were always performing. And when you do the stuff, I know you did like Johnny Carson New Year's Eve type of stuff. And when you got a guy like that in your corner, they always say for comedians, it's like it's gold if Johnny invites you over. But to have you on 9 times, that is priceless promotion for you guys right there, and it was just a testament to how great you were.
Well, what helped was he didn't like to give singers couch, because he said the singers can't talk.
Right.
And so my agent's dad managed Doc Severinsen. So there he is. the little guy on the left, that's Danny Robinson. And the guy on the right is Jim Gosnell, the head of the agency, APA. So anyway, Danny said to him, he said, Billy can talk, man. So you ought to give him couch next time, because the first time he didn't give me couch. So I go out there, man. I had a little thing with Victoria Principal, little back and forth thing, and Johnny laughed. He liked that. So he ever after that, he had me on the couch.
Now, was Victoria, I mean, my mom was such a fan of Victoria Principal. Was she as beautiful as we all imagined her to be?
Man, my eyes were popping out of my head.
I was going to say.
She had this low-cut blouse on, man, and I kept peeping over there looking at it, and she dug it because the camera went to her,
Yeah. Oh my God, Billy. Speaking of beautiful women in your past, now you dated Angie Dickinson. You guys were never. You were married, or you were just friends?
We were just friends. She was a fan.
Okay.
I met her on Carson. And ever after that, she started coming to the club all the time, and she's the one that nominated me for the Star.
Right, here you guys are for the Star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
On the other side of her.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. No, because I know when you read some of the biography stuff, I think it has you two linked as with a relationship there. And then, but it's got a whole list of her relationships. That's a who's who of everybody. But
you can't believe everything you read on.
Obviously, but just another gorgeous woman. I remember she was, what was it? Policewoman was her show.
Policewoman, yeah.
Policewoman, yeah. Oh my God! And she was in that one movie with Michael. It was a thriller. What was the name of the movie? She was in that.
Yeah. That was great. I can't remember the name of it either.
Yeah,
she made a lot of great movies, man. She was great. And she was, I'll tell you, she could hang with the guys too. She used to come, when she came to our shows, she'd come to the dressing room and she'd be like the hostess. She memorized all the guys in the band's name. She memorized my crew's guys' names, and she would introduce everybody as they came backstage, like she was the hostess. She was really a cool chick, man. I mean, she could be as bawdy as any of us guys,
I love it.
Sure.
I had to love her, man.
Billy, tell us about your relationship with Dolly Parton as well. Like in the 70s, you wrote a song for her
number one,
climbed to number one on the country charts.
Yeah, that was my first number one. What happened was I in one of the low points in my career in the 70s, I was playing a Ramada Inn in New Jersey, and I met this fella there. L. Russell Brown, he's a songwriter. He wrote Tie Yellow Ribbon, a lot of big hits.
Oh, wow.
And he says, Vera, he said, you're one of the great singers, man. You're one of the great songwriters, but you never make any money. He says, me, I make a lot of money, and nobody respects me like they respect you. He said, I had this idea. Maybe I could get together and write. He said, you could teach me how to get respect, and I could teach you how to make money. Well, that sounded pretty good to me. So I started going over his house, and man, this guy had more energy. And we wrote a lot of songs. And one day he gets a gig producing Nancy Sinatra. Okay. He says, look, I got to pick up my wife at the beauty parlor. He says, start something for Nancy, and we'll finish it when I get back.
Just crank something up.
So I did. And I'm thinking, what do you write about Nancy Sinatra, for Christ's sake? Oh yeah, she got this famous father. So I had lines in there like, I love my daddy, but it really don't matter what my daddy might say, I had the song finished by the time Larry got home. So he said, I love this song, man. I'm going to play it for her. So he played it for her. She hated it. and now Larry's really ticked off. And he says, man, you got to do something with this song. So I recorded this girl who was in my friend's band. And she was lazy. She didn't really learn the song very well. So everywhere we took it, the guy says, love the song, hate the girl. Love the song, hate the girl. So finally, the last guy on my list, he says, love the song, hate the girl, but we're recording Dolly next week. Let me have the song for her. I said, of course. And that was it, man. And then I get an offer to moved to LA to write songs for Warner Brothers. And I'm driving out with everything I own in my car. and every 20 minutes, man, they're playing my Dolly Parton song.
Oh my God. That's I Really Got a Feeling, right?
I Really Got the Feeling. Yeah.
I Really Got the Feeling. And it was a #1 hit for her.
Yes, it was.
That is unbelievable. Do you remember how that goes a little bit?
I really got the feeling that I love you for a long, long time. I felt it from the moment we met. You didn't ask me my sign. I love my daddy, but it really don't matter what my daddy might say. I really got the feeling that I love you till my dying day.
I love it.
Nice. That's amazing.
Now, Dolly is probably the nicest person you will ever meet in show business, ever. And she was kind enough to appear in this documentary these guys did about me called Harlem to Hollywood, which you can see on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Same title as the book, Harlem to Hollywood. And the movie's the same time. We got some cool people in there. Nona Hendricks, Tim Hauser, Manhattan Trooper. My old homie from Westchester, Richard Roundtree, is in there.
Richard Roundtree. We love him.
Oh, he's a great guy. I've known him since forever,
Yeah. Every time I think of Richard Roundtree, I think of Earthquake, Billy, the movie Earthquake.
Oh yeah, he's
on the motor.
Shaft.
He's on the dirt bike and Shaft. Yeah.
Shaft. He's a new Rochelle boy.
Love it. Oh man, it's so great. Well, listen, Billy, when we have people, legendary folks on like you who have, hit songs, obviously there's thousands of cover versions of that song all over the internet, right? So I grabbed a couple, some that I thought were okay, some that I thought weren't so okay.
Okay.
And I'd like 20 seconds of each one, and I like you to be the judge. After you see it, you tell me what you think.
All right.
All right. So the first one I thought was kind of interesting. It's a group of a cappella fellas who are doing your song at this. And take a look, about 20, 25 seconds. You tell me what you think. We'll take a look.
Okay.
Did you think that I would hate you or raise my hands to you? Now come on, you know me too well, but how could I hurt you when, darling, I love you, and you know I never hurt you, I never hurt you.
That's interesting. I mean, I've never heard anybody do it in harmony. I've heard
on harmony, right?
Yeah, Jerry Lawson from what's that famous group, Persuasions? He did an a cappella version of it, but this is in harmony. So this is really interesting.
It wasn't bad, right? Now
I've never heard it before. It's pretty good.
Here's another guy who's near and dear to our heart. He's a big member of this show. The women love him all around the country. Huge following. His name is Philip Paz, and he's a former sniper and sergeant in the Air Force and a military guy. Oklahoma police officer. Here's his version, a little bit of your song. Take a listen. Tell me what you think.
Did you think I could hate you or raise my hands to you? Now come on, you know me too well. How could I hurt you, baby, when, darling, I love you, and you know I'd never ever hurt you.
What?
Not bad, right? That's like a little country version. That's our boy right there.
Yeah,
He's our
pretty good.
That's our ringer.
He's not as good as Jimmy Fallon.
I know. I couldn't play Fallon's version because that's a copyright of NBC.
Oh, right.
But
right.
Those guys did it, which
they
was
did
fantastic.
A nice job.
Really good. And I got one more for you. This is like a garage cover band. They have like the whole Beaters with them. So take a look. You tell me what you think.
Did you think I would hate you or raise my hand to you? Well, come on now. You know me too well. Well, how could I hurt you when, darling, I love you? I would never hurt you.
What
do you think? Not bad, right?
The other two are better.
All right. All right. It's like American Idol. So it's listen, when you know you've done something right with it, with even if it's one song, right? That thousands of people, and that song will live on forever. This song will never peter out. It's just a classic, and it's something that, listen, you know what you were doing when you wrote it. You know how hard it was to get it to where it needed to be, and you got that one lucky break where they called you from Family Ties, and the rest is history. And now I need you to do a little bit of it, because my audience would kill me if you didn't give me like 30 seconds of the biggest hit of your life.
Well, you know, I wanted to say, you know, the biggest moneymaker was Michael Bublé. He's done about 14 million records of it so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
The first check paid for my big band album.
Oh my God. He comes to your house with a wheelbarrow full of cash, Billy? Says thank you.
They send my statement to parcel post.
Thank you, Michael Bublé.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow,
you ain't kidding. Yeah.
That is amazing, Billy.
He did a live version and a studio version.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unreal. You want
And
to,
you know what? And then we get to hear your backstory on the Netflix special. So that's fantastic. And the book that's out. So I'm gonna get to watching that.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. No, it's we got the Harlem to Hollywood is out. Billy, where could people find that again?
That's on Amazon.
Oh, it's on Amazon. Okay.
Yeah,
So Amazon,
the book is on Amazon, and the movie is on Amazon Prime.
And two other quick things I wanted to ask you about. One of my favorite movies, I was telling Suk before, is Blind Date with Bruce Willis and Kim Basinger. And I mean, just you always remember, they told him, whatever you do, don't let her drink. Don't let her drink. And he lets her drink, and he ends up looking like he does at the end of the night. But you were not only were you in the movie as well? Because I know you did a song in the movie.
Yeah, we did 3 songs in the movie. Yeah.
That's amazing. And what was that like? You got to be pretty close with him, right?
Well, I knew him before that. When he made that show with Sybil.
Oh, yeah. The Private Eye.
Yeah, I saw the first episode, and I said to myself, this dude is going to be a star. You know, I mean, he just because at that time it was all pretty boys on television.
Right.
And Bruce was not a pretty boy. He was a guy.
Yeah.
And so one night we're playing at this club up on the Sunset Strip, and he comes in. It was right after the first episode, and he comes up to the stage and he says, man, he said, I saw your name out front. He said, man, I had to come and say hello to you. He said, I used to be a bartender at Peter Weller's club in New York.
In New York, that's right.
Peter was the star of a movie I was in called Buckaroo Banzai.
Yes. And wasn't he also the robot in Detroit? Peter Weller was the
yeah.
What the hell was the movie, Suk, where he's the cop?
RoboCop.
RoboCop. There you go.
RoboCop. So Bruce said, Peter bought 250 copies of your album, and I got one. I've been a fan ever since. I wanted to come and meet you. I said, dude, aren't you the guy in that show with Sybil? He said, yeah. I said, man.
Moonlighting. That show was
Moonlighting.
Right.
Yeah.
I said, man, you're going to be a star. Mark my words. I'm never wrong when I pick him. And of course he was. And he came to all our gigs, man. And until he got so famous that people kept bothering him at the table, and he couldn't come out anymore.
So famous. He's got a movie. He's got a movie coming out for Christmas, an action movie, obviously, that he shot before he was ill.
Yeah,
but
so sad.
He still has some stuff coming out. And Billy,
he was a great guy.
I just wanted to mention, you got a deal coming up December 2nd, right? At what's that? Feinstein's
at Vitello's, yeah.
Right.
Vitello's in Studio City with the big band this time. I've been playing mostly with the Beaters for a long time, but I wanted, since I got the record out with Larry Chance, I want to do a big band gig and have everybody hear me sing it with the big band. I wish Larry was going to be in L.A., but I'm going to come back to New York in June and do another Steppin' Act show, and hopefully they'll book Larry on there. We can do our tune together.
We're gonna show
Beautiful.
up.
Yeah. Can we come to that, Billy? Can we come?
Yeah, man. You better.
And listen. We can introduce you, not like that DJ in White Plains.
Yeah, no. You can talk.
We can give you a nice, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll say Vera. I'll say Billy Vera coming up.
Yeah.
I love it. And listen, real quick before you go, who could forget the theme song to King of Queens?
King of Queens.
One of the more popular sitcoms. You had that. You did so many, movies and whatnot. You were in the Doors movie, Baywatch. I mean, Billy, we could sit here and talk to you forever. But before we go, I know you may have tried to slip out of it. I just need like 30 seconds of the big song. I need the at this moment. Give me 30 seconds. I could die a happy man later on today, and then we'll all be good.
I don't know, man. I like to get paid when I sing that song. What did you think I would do at this moment when you're standing before me with tears in your eyes, trying to tell me that you have found you another? And you just don't love me no goddamn more.
Thank you so much, Billy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Billy, thank you so much, my man.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. A pleasure being with you both.
Keep rolling, my friend. Like I always say, you keep going. You're going to be a success in this business one day if you keep pushing, buddy.
I got to keep trying, man.
And I keep Michael Bublé happy. That's all you have to do. Just keep him happy.
Listen, I'll tell you what I found out last June when I went back to Stepanak for the first time, and all those years, I found out that the most important thing is to keep my friends from high school happy. And I'll tell you, those people never forget you, man.
Never.
I didn't pay for one dinner the whole 9 days I was there.
I'm sure.
I love it. You know who else you got to keep happy is Pesci. Make sure he's happy.
That's my man. That's my buddy, boy. What a great guy he is.
I love it. Great picture. Billy, listen, man, thank you so much. Have a great Thanksgiving. And
same to you both.
Really, when you come around to New York in the spring, you have my email. Send me a little email. Suki and I would love to come. We'll come check you out. We could sing.
Wonderful. I love it, man.
You let him sing, not you.
Yeah,
sing.
Well, no, yeah, you will all we'll sing in the audience. We'll watch it.
Dude, I heard you sing, man. You ain't no Jimmy Fallon, let me tell you.
Did you think I would hurt you?
Get out of here. Stop singing that song.
Stop.
Call my lawyer.
See you later, Billy.
Bye,
Take care,
kids.
Billy. We love you, pal.
Love you both,
buddy.
Man. Take care, my friend.
Suk, what a great guy. What a great guy. I love it. Wow. Billy Vera and the Beaters, Suki. Didn't you? You thought it was Vera, didn't you? You thought it was Billy Vera, didn't you?
I mean, I didn't know either way, to tell you the truth.
you let me take the fall on that.
Yeah, oh my God. My dog's killing me. Hold on for a second. Can
What's
I pick
going
up
on
Leo?
with Leo? Hey, you know what? Before we bring Stephanie Stuckey in, I'll just, while you're dealing with Leo, I had one more. Look at Leo. Look at him hanging.
Leo,
the only thing, you know what, Leo?
Leo.
Because Leo is so white, he changes the whole complexion of your shot. Here's one more solo guy cover, Sue, before we bring Stephanie in, because we are about to celebrate Stuckies in just a second. But
Cause how could I hurt you? Well, darling, I love you, and you know I'll never hurt you. What did you think?
good, right?
Yeah, really good.
I gotta tell you, I've been eating these pecan log rolls and Stuckies all week long, Suki.
How many pecan log rolls have you been eating?
So we got a box of pecan nuts and roasted pecans and honey roasted pecan, candy pecan. Now, do you say pecans or pecans, Suki?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. Is it pecans? I used to say pecans, but is it pecans?
I think Stephanie says pecans, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so we'll find out. I'm gonna try the toasted honey roasted Stuckies.
Wait, where's your hat?
I already have it on my head.
Let me throw on my hat right there. Hold on. Stuckies up. I gotta tell you. So when Stuckies, I saw Stephanie online because, you know, Stuckey's is one of those places that you remember as a kid.
When you're traveling down south.
When you're traveling through the South, and you always remember the billboards and the trucks and the gas stops, and you'd go in, right? And it was just one of those things where, you know, as a little kid, you'd just say, hey, can we, you know, as a kid, you always want to stop and get out. So you're like, well, when are we stopping at Stuckey's, right?
Yeah.
So the company, you know, it reached a pinnacle. It hit a low point at one time, and then Stephanie took over as the CEO.
And she's rebranding it.
She's rebranded it. She's on social media. She's doing everything she could possibly do to get fantastic exposure. Suki, I got to tell you, I might have a little crush on Stephanie Stuckey. I'm not going to lie. I don't think she can hear us. She's in the green room.
She's got some sweet Southern seasoning going on.
I mean, she's got a television personality. And she's out there doing everything that needs to be done. Look at you trying to look cool in your Stuckey's hat.
I'm trying to figure out my hat.
But anyway, so listen, let me give you a little bit of Stephanie and Stuckey's, and then we'll bring her in on the other side. Here you go. Take a look.
Stuckey's is part of the nostalgia of reviving the Great American Road Trip because people are craving comfort. And part of that is reliving things that were really special about our childhood. So many of us, myself included, have great memories about hitting the road with our families, pulling over at fun places along the roadside, and Stuckey's was part of that. Everyone on a road trip needs road snacks. Stuckey's is a must stop. I think what a lot of people remember us for is our pecan log rolls. So we do have great snacks, but we also have a lot of the fun souvenirs that you remember as a child. So having some kitschy things to bring home. And then we've got the basics. We've got gas, we've got clean restrooms, we've got a hot snack. So it's a quick stop and it's a fun stop. We're back on a rebound and we're improving the look of our stores. We've got some great new branding and displays that's fresher. It's got a vintage look, but it's also got a cool new vibe to it as well. We're making a comeback and so's the road trip. That's my mission, is revive what's special about America and bring Stuckey's back at the same time.
If you're hitting the open road, chances are you'll need to stop. And there's no better place to fuel up, grab a snack, and get a taste of that sweet Southern charm than Stuckey's.
Cheers to Stephanie's! Yay!
Hey there!
Cheers, ladies and gentlemen.
We got our snacks.
Oh my God. I'm rocking the pecan praline. This is pretty good, Steph.
I got one.
Nice. Now, is it pecan or pecan or take your pick?
Well, I'll tell you what my grandfather said.
Okay. Go ahead.
They're pecans when you pick them, pecans when you sell them.
Nice.
Yeah, because 70% of Americans say pecans.
Right.
So you always want to say what the customer says. The customer's always right.
Let me tell you something. And we're coming to the holiday season. I mean, it's like all about pecans, isn't it?
That's
this
right.
Is the season.
Yeah.
Steph, let me ask you a question.
We're not just for baking anymore. We want to be America's snack nut.
It's a snack nut. I was just going to say, I love this.
So the pecan, I do say pecan because I'm from South Georgia.
Nice.
The pecan is the only snack nut native to North America.
Really?
Yes, we are truly the patriotic nut. George Washington snacked on pecans at the Battle of Valley Forge.
Valley Forge.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. Steph, you know what I love? You were in politics. You were doing your thing right down there in the South. And you decide, you know what? It's time for me to take over this family business, get it back to where it needs to be. And like I said, I mean, you're out there. You know, look, you look at the old school stuff, right? So here's your is this your grandfather or great grandfather?
No, that's just some random.
Okay, but basically he started right with a $15, $35 loan, started selling pecans on the side of the road, right?
That's how we started.
And you've got all this technology at your fingertips, like shows like this, where you could basically sit at your house or do TikToks or do social media and basically just spread the word. And from what I understand, sales are way up these days too, right? You guys are just loading up.
Crazy. Sales are crazy. We've gone from when I bought the company, it was 6 figures in debt.
Wow.
And we closed out last year over 13 million gross sales. And
Wow.
that was
Wow.
in 2 years after buying it. By the way, I didn't just wake up one day and go, oh, I think I'll buy Stuckey's. I literally got a phone call from one of the owners. It was an investment group that owned the company. And they asked me if I wanted to buy it. It was for sale.
Yeah.
That's what happened. People were
But
like, why'd you buy the company? It was for sale. That's what
it was for sale. Right. And my last name is Stuckey. I thought it worked out well.
I have a last name. So there you go.
But what I love is that you're bringing the whole great America, the concept of what made America, the road trip, the family time, stopping off, you know, that little, I mean, who doesn't remember all of that with their parents, you know?
It was so much fun.
Yeah. And that's what made us great as a country. Like, you know, and the fact that you're reviving a tradition, you know, in a time when everything is so hyper, you know, curated to one person or another, I think this is just amazing. And I applaud you for doing that, because I think the nostalgia needs to come back.
It's been fun. And I also like to say that I respect the past, but I don't live in it. So that's a challenge, is how do you resurrect a brand in a way that's fresh and new? And my grandfather actually sold the company a year before I was born. So there were decades, I mean, 50 years when it was out of our hands. And so the chance to be able to buy back a family brand that also has a really special place in American history, it has just been such a gift. And it's been hard. I tell you, I'm 53 years old when I bought the company 3 years ago, and I invested my life savings. I'm an environmental attorney. Like, this is not,
this is not what you set up to
planned
do.
on, right? Like, I went from advocating for electric vehicles and dealing with waste management and urban agriculture and solar energy. You know, I was doing all this stuff in urban sustainability to selling pecan log rolls, rubber alligators, and gas, you know, on the side of the road. I mean, my eco friends are like, what the heck? What happened?
That's so great. And now you have, you know, tell me if I'm right, there's like 65 licensed locations.
Yes.
Right. Is it somewhere in that area? And you guys are just full. Is there any plan? I know it's when you say Stuckey's, it's all right. It's down in the south. Any plans to bring it up near us in the New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey area?
Absolutely. But the way we've grown the brand and become profitable is actually through selling product. So we bought a manufacturing plant. We bought a candy plant.
Oh, wow.
So 90% of our growth is the sale of product. Now, people still associate us with the road trip, which is great. That's the DNA of our brand. I mean, we are synonymous with the Great American Road Trip, and we own that, and we love that part of our brand. And one of these days, I'm actually going to own and operate stores as opposed to just having these licensed locations.
Right.
But really, the growth for us right now is we're going to keep driving sales of our product. And so in that respect, you can find us in the Northeast, because we're getting more and more into national stores.
I mean,
that store, by the way, is Johnston City, Illinois. That
okay. Nice.
Yeah, so we have some licensed locations that are up north. Most of them are going to be in the South and Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, but they're few and far between. There's only 13 of those original sort of classic blue roof stores.
I love it. But the fact that I'm sitting in New York and I can get my Stuckey's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But these are in 5,000 retail stores throughout the U.S. now. We've gone from about 100 stores to 5,000 in 3 years.
And can I order them online out of curiosity?
You can order them online. Yeah.
Well,
and actually, next week I'll be picking your order for you. I'm helping out at the warehouse, so a Stuckey will be picking your order.
In good old, what is it, Eastman, Georgia?
Eastman, Georgia.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And listen, let's not kid ourselves. It's the holiday time, and that's the perfect time to go on a Stuckey's website and order up some gift box stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you've got all kinds of gift box things going on, whether it's the chocolates, right? You got these chocolate gophers, what we were just eating. You got the pecans, And what this chocolate gift, but this has my name written all over.
I know, that does.
I'm all about the chocolate.
That is my favorite, the chocolate covered. And I was actually at the candy plant yesterday. You too, if you come down to Georgia, you have an open invitation to visit our candy plant.
We gotta go.
We actually had 3 media groups going through yesterday. It's amazing. When you run a candy plant, how many people want to have a tour? You know, it's not like running a poultry plant, right?
Right. You're like Willy Wonka, right?
Wait, do you? Is.
When you walked, like I saw you were doing a spot with Harry Smith from CBS.
Yes.
But what you need to do is when you start walking these people through, you got to sing like Gene Wilder used to do in the, fairy tale. Oh wait, what was the song that he used to sing when he walked through?
I know. Oh gosh, I wish I could. I just know the Oompa Loompa song, which I could.
It was right. You got the Oompa Loompas.
All I keep thinking about is Candyman. The Candyman can.
No, you know what? I'm having
lots of songs. I want candy.
Indeed.
We could have fun with it. We could do some music videos. And then go through the chocolate conveyor belt line at the same time.
Like Lucy, yeah.
And I listen. I love how you're doing it because obviously doing it through social media doesn't cost you a dime. As far as right, there's no advertising dollars. You're just creating that promotion.
That's right.
And it's just that's what it's all about these days. Getting on TikTok and the whole deal.
I know.
Right?
TikTok. My kids are embarrassed.
Yeah. You got to go on TikTok. And basically, more importantly, Suk, for the holidays, you got to get one of these little Stuckies, a pink hoodie.
Pink hoodie.
I mean, look at you got all the merchandise, and it's such a vintage historic place and a name and the product. Is there any plan on branching out past the candies that you make now?
Oh my gosh, yes. We have so many plans. We're in the process of trying to get financing. So a lot of my days are doing pitches, and I wish it were more like baseball pitches. I am pitching for financing. I did 3 pitches yesterday. So we want to expand the pecan line.
I think you should.
Right now we have 4 classic flavors, but we really want to do more flavors of pecans and then add more. I mean, I have so much fun coming up with flavor combos for pecans. Like we could do habanero chili lime pepper, right?
Yum.
Or we have a teriyaki pecan that we've been testing out. It's amazing. Our spice warehouse that we use has 800 different flavor profiles. So, I mean, the sky's the limit. You can have, I was talking to the Blueberry Council of America and they want to collab on a blueberry flavored pecan, and it's actually delicious.
Oh my God. Violet, you're turning violet, Violet.
We can totally recreate that movie.
I got the song. I got the song when he's walking through with all the guests. He's like, in a world of pure imagination. That song. That's the one I was looking for. That's the song you need to sing when you're walking through the Stuckies plant.
Yeah, but you sing what
Stephanie.
In a world of pure imagination. Stuff. It's just it's incredible because, like I said, if it's something if I came across it, right, and I was like, oh wow, Stuckies, man, I haven't heard that name in a while, and then I dive in, and it's literally, you guys are, you're back. Stuckies is back and bigger than ever,
reviving a brand.
Yeah, I feel like LL Cool J though. Don't call it a comeback. We've been here
don't
for
call
years.
it a comeback.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But we really did kind of go in hiding for a while because at one point we were owned by a Chicago railroad conglomerate, right? And they just didn't get this quirky Southern brand that sells rubber alligators and ashtrays shaped like toilets to say, put your butts here. They just did not get the brand. Yeah, that's Russ and Candy Whiteside. They are the owners. It's actually a brother-sister team, and they are the owners of our store in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I know all of these stores. I'll be visiting stores on Monday. I'll be working a route.
And that, and you know what, as the CEO and owner of the company, that's got to be so great for those licensees to just, see you come in and hang out. That's got to be great for them.
I hope so. I mean, it's part of it is just necessity. It was like the other day, somebody asked me, well, why are you the brand ambassador for Stuckey's? And I said, I can afford myself.
Yeah, and I am a Stuckey. Like, how about I'm a Stuckey?
But we're a scrappy comeback brand. We don't. Yes, we're growing. And when I bought the company, we had 6 employees, and we're now at 100.
Wow.
But still, we're small but mighty. Most of those workers are going to be working the candy plant, right? So the higher level management, there's just a handful of us really running the company. And so it's all hands on deck. This time of year is so busy for us.
Lynn Morley, one of our viewers, wants to know, can we get them in England? Yeah, I think you just go online, right?
No.
Oh,
we cannot ship to England yet, or Canada. There are different packaging rules and different requirements for what the nutritional panel has to say. We're still working through that. And honestly, like, our biggest problem is dealing with the volume. We are so slammed with orders that our candy plant manager just has a fit every time I tweet. He's like, quit. He's like, we can't manage any more orders. Quit selling product. We're just slammed right now. So give us a year. I would love to be in London. And I would love to personally go.
You could visit.
Yes.
Good little business write-off.
Yeah, I mean, right now I get to go to Paris, Texas, and Baghdad, Florida for my trips. I'd love to actually be in a foreign country.
I love it.
Steph, where is it? Is it Stuckey's.com? Is it
Stuckey's.com?
Just Stuckey's.com, and everything's. Like I said, everything is available right there. You could order candies online. You could, it's the holidays. You could send it to whoever you like. And I mean, listen, like I said, I almost didn't drop the box off at Suki's house because I had eaten half of the bags already. Of these, and it was so good. I got to get my hands on this, the Hunky Dory.
Yes. So I have a TikTok video today of me helping make the Hunky Dory.
Oh, good.
That is my father's favorite item. He calls it Hunkadora.
Hunkadora.
And it's big piece. It's called mushroom popcorn. So it's thick, puffy popcorn that is coated in caramel that we make from scratch with pecans and almonds tossed in. And it's hand tossed. You'll see, like, we are actually hand tossing the product.
Wow.
And everything is sourced. All the pecans are sourced from Georgia farmers.
Beautiful.
And everything is 100% from the US of A. So the packaging is American. All of our ingredients, our spice warehouse, everything is from America. Our designers, I mean, it's 100%. And I recognize we're in a global world and there's a global economy, but I also think there's something really special about supporting our communities here at home, especially
our local farmers, more importantly.
So when people ask me about sustainability, since my background is the environment, I say, well, nothing is more sustainable than being from tree to table. Like, we are literally shaking the trees. These nuts, some of the nuts in the pecan log roll came from our family farm.
Beautiful.
So tree to table, and we source direct from Georgia farmers. We even shell the pecans at our plant. So we have a shelling facility. So we shell them.
Wow.
And then we roast them, and then we put them in our product, and everything is fresh crop pecans.
Yum.
We completely sell through this year's crop by the end of the year. So every year, so these are not, and I will bash pecans that aren't American made, because America has the best pecans.
Yeah, these are sensational.
We're 100% from, ours are all from Georgia, but really, like, if you go, there's 80% of pecans are from the US, by the way.
Yeah, and you said it's the only nut that's really indigenous to the Americas. So
the only snack nut. So I don't want to get the filbert. Whenever I say it's the only nut, filbert lovers get mad at me and say, what about the filbert? And I say, what about the filbert?
What about the filbert? Who cares about the filbert? I don't even know what that is, Stephanie.
What is the filbert? Never heard of it.
Oh, it's Oregon. What do they know about nuts in Oregon?
Get really up in arms about that. And then I'll also get people saying, well, what about the black walnut? Who snacks on the black walnut?
Nobody. It's either pistachios or pecans. That's it.
Yeah. I know my nuts.
Stephanie, do you do you have any in Oklahoma, in the Oklahoma area?
We do.
Where Oklahoma City and anywhere in that area?
Marietta, Oklahoma, Sallisaw, Oklahoma, and Seminole, Oklahoma. So we have 3 brick and mortar stores.
Right.
Wow.
And then you can find our product in stores that are located in Oklahoma. Easy Mart is a chain that has our product. I don't think Baumgar's is in Oklahoma. Casey's brought us in last holiday, and I would love for Casey's to bring us back in. So if you know people at Casey's, tell them we want to be back in their holiday assortment.
Well, our guy Phil is the governor of Oklahoma. So he can help you out with that.
Help a girl out. Help an American business out.
Well, I'm in Oklahoma. But I'm not exactly the governor, though. But thank you, Scott. But
okay, the mayor. You're the mayor of your city.
I grew up with Stucky stores and products and restaurants and everything else here in Oklahoma. Yeah, we love it.
Oklahoma is one of the best states for Stuckey's. We always have had a solid presence. And in fact, we just hired a sales rep who is based in Oklahoma for that reason.
I love it. I love it. Stephanie, listen.
So get us some more stores in Oklahoma. And I absolutely love visiting Oklahoma. I'm sure you know this, but it is the state that has the most miles of Route 66.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
That's where we get our kicks on Route 66.
Yeah. Oklahoma is like one of the best road tripping states.
Yes.
I love it. Stephanie, listen, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Just listen.
Have me back. Come to the candy plant.
We're coming to Georgia.
To the candy plant. Let's go on a road trip to Oklahoma. Pop 66 Soda Ranch is one of my favorites.
Pop 66.
Yep. Yeah, Oklahoma is just.
I was just there last week, as a matter of fact. Pop.
Pop 66.
Yep.
World's largest selection of soda pop is in Oklahoma.
Yes. We get like several 6-packs of all these different drinks whenever we go there.
Really?
Yeah. I love it.
Great.
It is a road tripping state.
Yep.
Stephanie Stuckey, the world famous pecan candy Stuckey family. She is back in action and has taken it over from the conglomerates and back in the family name. Stephanie, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.
Have a great holiday, Steph. Thank you so much.
You too.
Stuckies.com, everybody. Get yourself
it's the holidays. Go order something. What are you doing? What are you waiting
for? Yes, pecan. Let's go do it.
Yes, we can, pecans.
Yes, pecan. I like that. Stephanie, take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
What a great
Phil, where the hell have you been, Phil?
Yeah,
we
Phil, where
missed
the
you like
hell
crazy.
have you been, Phil?
Man, I tell you what, my life is so
good.
Well, good. It's chaotic
yes.
and good all at the same time.
Good.
I've got my grandkids. We're doing a lot of traveling and
love it.
And I tell you what, I've been auditioning like crazy for for different projects, and you know, you guys know how it is. You know, you get these auditions, and you put it down and you watch it a few times, and then you send it in, and you go, "Wow, that's going to blow everybody away."
Yeah.
But then you don't hear anything.
Well, you don't know. You don't know until you know.
Right.
I had one thing happen like 3 years later, so you just never know.
Yeah, that's true. And I was telling Philly, I shot a commercial last week where I sent in the audition just because I didn't want to let the agent down and not send something in. And next thing you know, they're like, "Hey, they want you on November 7th." I was like, "Oh, wow, look at this." Because you never hear from anybody, right? You never hear back. But you know what? You can't, if you're not in it, you can't win it. So
that's true. That's true.
You got to put them in.
What's the old saying? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
You don't
That's
take.
it. That's it. Suk, I know you got a book.
All right, guys.
We're back
Phil,
Tuesday
we gotta
Night
get you
Live.
some Stuckies. We got to get you some Stuckies.
Hey, Stephanie knew her nuts. That's for sure.
These nuts. There's so many bad jokes, Phil. Stop it.
I'm going to take out that clip of her saying that, by the way. I know my nuts. Suk, see you later, baby.
Bye, guys.
Suki, love you.
Philly Kid, what's going on, my man?
Woo, same old. You know, and before I came on, I laid down a couple of auditions. And, you know, and it's one of those things where, like I said before, you get these auditions, and a couple of casting directors have been sending me multiple auditions, and I'm like, "What are you guys looking for?" You know,
right. You're obviously
interested, or you wouldn't keep sending me these auditions, and then you lay them down and you're watching them going, "Man, I just killed that. I'm the next Denzel." and then you never hear anything back. But you know, that's just part of the business. But what I wanted to do is, you know, I've got a couple of director buddies who are, you know, I know them through social media and when I was on set back in the day.
Right.
And I understand one of them has got an action movie fixing to come out. I don't want to mention any names or anything else like that, but I understand he may be watching. And I told him, I said, hey, you know, I would like to have an audition, but little does he know if he's watching, he's fixing to get an audition right now. This is if he's looking for a bad guy, and he might want somebody that acts a little bit like this.
Go ahead.
You know how I stayed along this scratch?
See, you know what the good thing is, Philly Kid?
What's that?
Before you do it, we had a woman on last week, Nancy Harding, she's been in like 9 films and 10 commercials this past year. Woo! And she said the reason that she thinks it's because everybody moved to these self auditions because of COVID. Right. And she's like, you could literally do it 20 times until you have it down perfectly. And she thinks that the self auditions is what has gotten her to the point where she's getting all these jobs, because she doesn't send it in until it's perfect.
Right.
You know, you go in for a live audition, you got basically one shot, but these self auditions, you do it. So just like you started to do it and you screwed up a word, you're like, all right, hold on. Let me hit the record button again. They only see the good take.
Because I got a little mixed up because I wanted to also tell you beforehand that see if you can name this monologue after I get finished.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I love that stuff. Go ahead.
You know how I stayed alive this long, all these years? Fear. The spectacle of fearsome acts. Somebody steals from me. I cut off his hands. He offends me. I cut out his tongue. He rises against me. I cut off his head, stick it on a pike, raise it high up so all on the streets can see. That's what preserves the order of things. Fear.
Oh, I know where that's from. You almost sound like Harvey Keitel in that monologue. God, that could be from so many different things. It's not. Who was the star of the movie? Who's saying it?
I'll give you Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, Daniel. Oh, is that the Gangs of New York? Is that what that is? Ah, yeah.
Nice, Scotty. Nice.
Gangs and wasn't what's his name was in that too, right?
Leo
DiCaprio.
Leo DiCaprio. Yeah. Good movie. Good movie. And,
did you? No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say Daniel Day-Lewis played one of the worst guys ever in cinema history.
Right.
He was good. He was good.
Oh, and by the way, Tulsa King, now on Paramount with Sylvester Stallone, you had a little hand in that movie, didn't you?
I did. I got to
tell the folks, would you?
I got to work a couple of episodes as the SWAT and law enforcement technical advisor.
Nice.
And it was a lot of fun. It was really a lot of fun. There was like 40 extras playing cops and SWAT guys, and they kind of asked me, so how would you set these guys up? How would you do this? How would you do that? And so went out there and kind of did my thing, and from 25 years of experience as a cop and SWAT guy, and it was a whole lot of fun. They blew up a building during that day, and a lot of fun. Yeah,
it looks like a fun series.
Yeah, I've watched. They say the premiere episode was out, and looks like it's going to be pretty good. Stallone is really good.
Yeah, no, he looks great. I mean, I can't believe the guy's 70 and he's still all jacked up, and I mean, it's crazy. Anyway, did you see Billy Vera on before?
Oh, of course. I
it
love
was
that
funny
guy.
because before the show, you noticed how his picture was this way. His phone is locked, and I couldn't get him to figure out how to unlock his landscape so he could turn it sideways. And I'm like, because at first he was on his computer, and everything was good, but he couldn't hear us, and he couldn't figure out how to hear us. So I'm holding up my phone, I'm like, Billy, just do it on your phone. And then he was doing it this way, and I couldn't get him. We couldn't. It was so Suki and I for 20 minutes. Just scroll it. Just push it down. You'll see. You hit the unlock, and He's like, no, I can't do it. But wow, what a career on that guy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I think he dated Angie Dickinson. I think he was lying.
Yeah, you never know. And I remember it like it was yesterday when that Family Ties episode with that song at this moment.
Right?
I remember when kept watching that live.
Yeah, with his girlfriend, and it made you choke up because they were like splitting up. But what I did do is I played the clip of your version of the song, but I saved the full version of the song just for this particular moment because I know. Listen, I've been playing some of our recorded stuff after shows, but I know our audience has been chomping at the bit for you to get back. So before you sing one or two tunes, let me go grab the file. I got the full clip because it was really good. Hold on, where are you, Philly Kid at this moment full, and then you'll do a one or two on the other side. Take a look. Here we go.
What did you think I would do at this moment when you're standing before me with tears in your eyes, trying to tell me that you found you another and you just don't love me no more. What did you think I would say at this moment when I'm faced with the knowledge that you just don't love me? Did you think I would curse you or say things to hurt you? 'Cause you just don't love me no more. Did you think I could hate you or raise my hands to you? Now come on, you know me too well. How could I hurt you, baby, when darling I love you? And you know I'd never ever hurt you. Oh, what do you think I would give at this moment if you'd stay? I'd subtract 20 years from my life. I'd fall down on my knees, kiss the ground that you walk on, if I could just hold you again. I'd fall down on my knees, kiss the ground that you walk on, baby, if I could just hold you. If I could just hold you. Oh, if I could just hold you again.
The best part of wait, Philly, you gotta undo. Oh, I did you. Oh, the best part of that is it sounds like you're singing in front of this 30-piece orchestra.
I know, man.
Right?
I know. Can you believe that's like a $2 app?
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Shmuel.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Oh man, that was good. That was good, man. Yeah, he liked it. Billy liked it. He liked that like country kind of sound to it. I didn't think he would like the acapella guys because I was like, Jesus, that doesn't sound great. It was good. Yeah, it was different. I mean, I love acapella guys like that, but it was just funny to hear the song like that, you know?
Yeah,
But,
no doubt.
All right, listen, man, while I got you, because who the hell knows when you're going to be back? We gotta do a little bit.
Yeah. I got to try real hard to get back in the swing of things and, start getting back in the show.
Yeah, man.
More often. So
absolutely.
But how about this was kind of a
we're gonna need
favorite.
we're gonna need a holiday concert. We're gonna have to put out for Christmas like we always do.
Oh yeah, no, it's coming up. Holidays are coming up.
So I can get 30 messages. Where so and so is taking your is joining in on your monetization of this song. Like what? What song? What are you talking about? It's karaoke.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy,
my
man.
God. And when we have people like when we just had Billy Vera on singing his own song, I'll get a copyright notice about whatever the company is claiming, copyright on the song, and I have to open it up, do a dispute page,
right,
and then put Billy was singing on the show. And then they write back, oh, okay, and they let you go. It's insane. Everything we do on any of these shows, people are using songs on TikTok and Instagram, like the regular songs. Anytime we make a little move on here, they clip us. But
yeah, it's crazy, man.
Anyway, I don't want to stop you from singing because the ladies are they're waiting for you.
Here's a fan favorite, a little let's see, 3 Times a Lady.
Little Lionel Richie.
And it goes a little something like this. Thanks for the times that you've given me. The memories are all in my mind. And now that we've come to the end of our rainbow, there's something I must say out loud. You're once, you're twice, 3 times a lady, and I love you. Yes, you once, twice, 3 times a lady, and I love you. I love you. Yes.
And we are together. The moments I cherish with every beat of your heart. Philly, did you see me doing Copacabana at that restaurant? You weren't around.
Yeah. No, I did.
That?
I did see it. Yeah, I did see it.
You did see that? Wait, just for the fun of it. Here, let me show it to you again. Hold on.
Do it.
Right here. I got all the women dancing around me, Philly kid. It was great.
Yeah, that looked like fun times.
I was about 12:30, 3 tequilas in. It's fine.
So was that a business meeting get together or what?
Yes. It was a Suki and Scott show, a financial investor business meeting. Just dinner with some friends. But yeah, it's great to have like this couple in the bar. they have like a karaoke setup with this, but like intense type of stuff. And the two of them sing. They're real singers, but they get the music through the karaoke system.
Right.
And it's really cool. You know, you hang out, you eat, you drink, they sing all these fun songs. And it's just, you know, anytime you throw music in the mix, you can't go wrong.
Sweet, man. Yeah, that's
music and alcohol. You can't go wrong with that.
Never. Never.
But all right, what do you got, baby? What do you got?
Here was another one that everyone kind of enjoyed. A little you can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes up when I'm gone. Or you can tell your friends just what a fool I've been and laugh and joke about me on the phone. You can tell my arms go back to the farm. You can tell my feet to hit the floor. Or you can tell my lips to tell my fingertips they won't be reaching out for you no more. But don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I just don't think he'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he might blow up and kill this man. You can tell your mom I moved to Arkansas. Or you can tell your dog to bite my leg. Or tell your brother Cliff, whose fist can tell my lips, he never really liked me anyway. Now tell your Aunt Louise, tell anything you please. Myself already knows I'm not okay. Or you can tell my eyes to watch out for my mind. It might be walking out on me one day. But don't tell my heart, Scotty.
My achy, breaky heart. I had my mic on mute. I didn't want to.
I just don't think he'd understand. And if you tell my heart, Scotty,
my achy, breaky heart, Phil,
he might blow up and kill this man. Woo!
Oh, man. Listen, there's 2 songs I need you to learn that are perfect for you. Popular songs that are on the radio all the time. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll write them
down. One is Peter McCollum. And I might be switching the 2 guys around. Peter McCollum. One is called You Ain't Worth the Whiskey.
You Ain't Worth the Whiskey.
And the other one's Why You Always Angry? Why You Always Quiet? Why do you sleep alone when I know you don't like it? Maybe you might be different. Oh, what in the hell is a man supposed to do to be loved by you? The song's called To Be Loved by You.
To Be Loved by You.
And You Ain't Worth the Whiskey is, I always forget the guy's name, but it's Phil. It's like, it's perfect for you, and it's a great song. You Ain't Worth the Whiskey. Baby, you ain't worth the whiskey. Oh, Cole Swindell.
Cole Swindell. Okay.
Cole Swindell. And it's like, I know that he goes, I don't care that you done me wrong, because I've already moved on. You never heard that song? I don't care what his name is. Girl, it is what it is. Right? And he goes, because I'm drinking to a country song, to another long work week on. And I'm raising my glass to a long lost buddy I ain't seen. And I'll drink for one more round. I might close this place down, but don't think for a second I'm out to drown your memory, baby. You ain't worth the whiskey. Billy, I'm telling you, that song is right up your alley. The women will go nuts.
I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out.
Yes. It's called You Ain't Worth the Whiskey. Really good.
We'll do it. I'm going to close out today with
Go ahead.
I'll do another monologue. I actually really didn't prepare for this, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Light it up. We'll see how you do.
I want you to see if you can name the movie or any of the characters associated. Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
You weep for Santiago and you curse the Marines.
Got it.
That luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know. That Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives. And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as the backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it. Name that movie, Scott.
It's right up there. Few Good Men.
Nice.
Colonel Nathan Jessup.
Woo-hoo. One of the best movies ever made.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? And for the 12 minutes he was on camera, he got paid like $20 million. And literally one of the greatest courtroom scenes ever, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Did you order that code red? You're goddamn right I did. And everybody's sitting there like, Kevin Bacon's on the other table, like, it was great.
Crazy, man. Yeah, and Tom Cruise too. I never have understood why anybody ever throws shade at Tom Cruise. That dude is one of the best actors on the planet.
So he's so good. I mean, listen, his personal life, who knows? You know, whatever. The guy's a mega superstar.
Yeah.
You know, so you're not going to live a normal life as a mega superstar. I just watched Maverick Top Gun 2 recently. I mean, and the guy's great. The guy's a great actor. You know, he's been in some great movies. He's been in some crappy movies.
Yeah, I heard someone one time say, yeah, but he's like 5'4". I was like, what does that got to do with anything?
Yeah, really. The guy's a billionaire and he's a superstar around the globe. What
I mean, I guess you're picking at straws, you know, to throw shit.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, but he doesn't like asparagus. It's so great. Philly Kid, it's good to have you back, bud.
Glad to be back.
I mean, you may not have been on live, but you've been on in tape, if you as the kids say. And what I'll do is, why don't we leave with At This Moment one more time, because it was so good.
Sounds good.
And listen, we're back on live Tuesday night. We got a couple of big guests coming on Tuesday night, and next week is Thanksgiving. It's coming up already. Thanksgiving,
Turkey Day.
Yeah. Don't forget, everybody, you got to order up at Stuckey's. You know what I'm saying? Go to Stuckey's. Everybody talks to each other on the line here. Just, you know, if you want to send each other gifts, just go to Stuckey's and tell them Suki and Scott sent you. I don't know if it'll get you anything off, but you'll be good to go. Billy Kid.
See you, Scotty.
Good to see you, my man. Hold on. Let me lock this up. We put this in. Oh, wait. Hold on. That was the end. That's the beginning.
What did you think I would do at this moment when you're standing before me with tears in your eyes, trying to tell me that you found you another and you just don't love me no more? What did you think I would say at this moment when I'm faced with the knowledge that you just don't love me? Did you think I would curse you or say things to hurt you? 'Cause you just don't love me no more. Did you think I could hate you or raise my hands to you? Now come on, you know me too well. How could I hurt you, baby, when, darling, I love you, and you know I'd never, ever hurt you. Oh, what do you think I would give at this moment. If you'd stay, I'd subtract 20 years from my life. I'd fall down on my knees, kiss the ground that you walk on. If I could just hold you again. I'd fall down on my knees, kiss the ground that you walk on, baby. If I could just hold you. If I could just hold you. Oh, if I could just hold you. Oh.